In part B of problem 1, we're going to use a chase strategy that varies the workforce level without using overtime or undertime, and find out what the total cost of this plan is. Now, chase strategies are like what happens at Christmas time at Macy's. Macy's will hire a lot of people to do gift wrapping and customer greeting and all kinds of things, knowing that they can't meet the demand for employees with mere overtime. So they're going to hire a lot of people knowing that those people are going to be laid off as soon as the Christmas rush is over. So this is a way of matching your capacity with demand by hiring people and laying them off when you don't need them. It's not very good on employee morale to get laid off like that, but it probably results in a lesser expense for the company. So let's take a look at how that strategy would work. First off, we know that we start out with, we start out with 11 workers. And we know that 11 workers, and we're not going to use overtime, so 11 workers can do 500 hours per quarter of work. Let's see what that gives us. Equals 11 times 500 gives us 5,500 hours of work. Yet if we look at the demand for Q1, we see that it's 6,000. So it looks like we're going to need to add one worker for quarter 1 in addition to the 11 that we already have on the payroll. So let's put over here hiring. We're going to hire 1. So the total number that we're going to have is 12. Layoffs and number of workers, workforce. Okay, so now I've got 12. In other words, we have the capacity to do 12 times 500 is 6,000 hours of work. And then we go into Q2. And in Q2, we need twice as much. So in Q2, we're going to have to hire another 12 people. 12 people, that'll bring our workforce up to 24 for that quarter. And we will have the capacity to do 12,000 hours worth of labor. Now, in Q3, we're going to have to hire some more. We need 19,000. Let's see, 19,000 divided by 500 hours per worker means I need 38 workers. So if I need 38, I'm going to have to hire, I've got 24. I got to get up to 38. I need to hire another 14. All right, now comes the sad time where we start laying people off. I had the capacity to do 19,000 hours of work in quarter 3 because I have 38 in the workforce. Now I only need 9,000. Well, 9,000 hours of work can be done by 18 employees. 18 times 500 is 9,000. So I'm going to shrink the workforce down to 18. That means I'm going to have to lay off 20 people. Put that in the other column over here. So let me just tidy this up a little bit. So all in all, I could say equals the sum of these, close paren, and just copy that over. So all in all, I've had 27 hires and 20 instances of layoffs. So when we look at the costs associated with this particular strategy called a chase strategy, first we need to figure out what our regular wages are. Well, regular wages are going to be, let's see, how many hours of work are we paying for starters? Let me come up here and see how many hours of work our demand is by saying, just go to the home screen and click AutoSum. I got 46,000 hours of labor. Okay, and 46,000 hours times a payroll cost of $6,000 per quarter. Oops, that's not right. I'm multiplying it by the wrong thing. Scratch that. What I have to multiply by is the number of employee quarters. That's this column over here, the workforce. So let's do an auto sum on that one, and we get 92. In other words, we got 92 man quarters, I think is the way they'd say that. That it was the equivalent of having 92 people for one quarter. 12 times one quarter, 24 for the next, 38 for the next, 18 for the next. So our regular wages are going to equal this 92 times the cost per quarter, which is 6,000. So 552,000. What is going to be the cost of hiring? Well, it looks like in 27 instances we hired people. So 27 unique hirings, and the cost of hiring was given as $3,000 each, so this will equal $3,000 times 27. $81,000 in hiring expenses, and the cost of laying people off was, we did it 20 times and it cost $2,000, so that equals 20 times 2,000 or $40,000. So the grand total is, auto sum, 673,000. So if we compare the two methods, the level strategy costs with the chase strategy costs, you see that the chase strategy represented a savings, but it comes at a price. It comes at a price in employee morale, knowing that people are going to be hired and discarded when they're not needed, which can negatively impact employee morale, of course. Well, anyway, that's how we do a chase strategy.